fresh drinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Wendy's got some cold fresh drinks as well. And they ain't like it's fresh squeezed oranges, but you know they call them like the fresh or whatever. But yeah, the mango. At Arby's, we went this weekend. First time we just randomly went there when we was in Kansas. That's all. We just got some curly fries. Got that, bro.
It was good.
Killed that thing. She had strawberry. I was like, let me go ahead and get some of that too. Bro, that like for real.
I might buy the whole out for free.
Yeah. I was like, if he out here, he gotta be somewhere close.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? It's DP. This is the Listen2DP podcast, episode 4. Before we get started, y'all know how we always start. We get the business going. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, tell a family member, and let them know what we do. Also, before we start, we love to give our shout outs to Mr. Cajun's Daiquiri, 3-4 doors down out here in Forney, Texas. Hey, right when my man Mark sipped into his stuff before we started filming, that man was, woo!
Man, that was so good, boy.
Hey, so like I said, Mr. Cajun's, the home of the 1999 shrimp, Cajun boil. Hey, go get it. I promise you that. But without further ado, let me introduce you to my man, Mark Patel. I met him probably, 4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah.
Just this
summer.
This summer. His guy hit me up. His brother hit me up. He was looking to train, trying to get some football stuff in, and we'll go further into that story. And then he seen what I was doing with my Listen2DP with the IG videos. And he's like, dude, know what he's talking about. Yeah. I'll give him a chance. He had some other guys that hit him up, reached out to him, but he ended up coming over there working out with me. He worked out with some other guys as well. But this is how he's sitting here today. We formed a great relationship. So, man, I appreciate you for coming on today.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, so before we get into all the questions we're going to ask, we'll let you know, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about, what you're doing now and what you were doing before, what you're currently doing.
Yeah, so my name is Mark Bottom. I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana. I was currently playing basketball at Baylor University. I won a championship at Baylor. My whole life I played basketball. Mm-hmm. I ain't never thought about none of the football stuff, none of that, just straight basketball. Head forward, eyes down, that's it. And so I grew up down there in Lake Charles, Louisiana, a little small town, country. That's why this daiquiri is so good, because it tastes like Cajun. So, yeah, man, like that's pretty much a little bit about myself. And I graduated from Baylor, and everything started from there. Yeah,
so graduating from Baylor, let's just kind of like get back to the juicy part, right? You won a national championship.
Yeah.
Baylor, rocking and rolling. Baylor been good for a long time. Yeah. I can't say long, but for a while. Kansas been good for a long time.
He said that Jayhawk, but
so we got to put different adjectives, I guess, on there. Long, a while. I guess maybe I don't know. I ain't been in school that long, but we got to put a different word in front of long. Long is what Kansas has been.
Oh man.
Baylor has been good for a good minute. When I was at KU, it was just a thing where we knew we was winning the Big 12, right, man? We went 14, 15 straight years, man.
I agree with that. KU was really nice.
So what was that kind of, so when you first got there, Kansas, had they already lost the streak of winning, or were they still in the streak of, midst of that streak of winning Big 12s?
Man, them boys were still winning. When I first got there, I had the red shirt.
Okay.
Because the Big 12 was so packed. You know what I'm saying? West Virginia at that time was
they were good too.
The Javon Carters and everybody. So
that was Press Virginia, right? That was Press Virginia, right?
So I had the red shirt that year. Mm-hmm. So I stayed my first year because of how deep the Big 12. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't think I was ready. Yeah. I was coming out of high school, being this highlight sensation or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, big dunker, one of the best dunkers in high school. And my head was big. And when I got to college and I started seeing the different type of defense and the different type of plays and get into the system, I really had to learn, like, God dang, like, man, I don't think I'm cut for it just yet. So I had the red shirt, but man, when I seen Kansas play, West Virginia play, and Tech play, man, I think I made the right decision. I wouldn't I probably got exposed that first year.
Yeah, so what's it like coming into the Big 12 with KU being all what they are? And what they've been for a long, long time. Roy Williams, Bill Self been doing it. Like, is that something y'all talk about, like at Baylor? Like, okay, obviously we gotta play everybody else,
right?
But KU, we gotta get them. They keep winning. They on a win streak. were y'all like concentrating on knocking them off, or is it y'all just treating them like anybody else?
It was more so like this, like we took it every game at a time.
Yeah.
But when it came to like a KU or West Virginia, it's more so on like that David and Goliath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they at the top. I mean, Bill Sup did a good job with that program. You know what I'm saying? And Bob Buggins did a good job with that program. So we still try to put pieces together. You know, we're coming from a rebuilding situation at Baylor. You know what I'm saying? They had a situation that happened. Coach Drew been trying to rebuild.
Facts.
Yourself and Bob Buggins done found a niche within that. So
and when Self got there, he was coming off Roy Williams. So it was Paul Pierce.
Yeah, so it was
all
like,
them boys was leading.
So he had the program going. So like when we get to those games, you know what I'm saying? We had certain games where it's like Iowa State. You know what I'm saying? They was tough. You know what I'm saying? You look at Iowa State now, no disrespect to them now, but you look at Iowa State now, it's like they're not the same. They're not. They don't have a Monte Morris or none of those guys. So at KU, man, anytime we play that game, for some reason, it balls my stomach, man. Yeah. Every time, like I can go to any game, and even when I was like, if I go to any game, when I get to KU, I don't know, it's just that game right there where I was like, dang, I got a little nervous right here. Like, I don't know what's going on. Because I know what comes with it. I know they come to play hard, and you know they got their reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when they went up that street, even when they went up that street, I knew the next year, I was like, man, they're going to rebuild. So, that's why I think, like, it's just that David and Goliath when it comes to certain teams.
And I obviously can say all the things I want to say. I went there, right?
Yeah.
But what is it like for, like, I was there when KU broke the indoor decibel record versus Mizzou the last time we played Mizzou before they went to the SEC.
Right.
We were down maybe like 20 in the second half. We were like number 2, they were 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Came all the way back, they had a game-winning shot. So when dude goes up for a layup, young, I can't remember, light-skinned dude, point guard, short though.
Right.
T-Rob, Thomas Robinson goes up. He's our best player at the time, number 5 pick. Blocks the ball, dude goes into his chest. We win the game at the buzzer on a block, and crowd goes crazy, breaks all the records for like indoor noise. Like, what is it like for y'all as the opposing players in Allen Fieldhouse?
See, Allen Fieldhouse, man, that's tough. That's Allen Fieldhouse in West Virginia for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you at Allen Fieldhouse, it's loud. It's loud. But you got a little bit of the older fans in there too.
Yeah.
The student section in there is loud. No doubt about it. And the place be rocking. But then we go to West Virginia, you got a whole bunch of everybody in there drunk. Yeah. Everybody's drunk in there. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because you can feel like the floor like growling, in my opinion. Like when you on the floor running, it's like people just thumping in the crowd and you feel the flow shaking. Yeah. So like when you playing 2K, when you start hitting the back of the buzzer and shit start doing that, man, that's how it feels. So I'm like, out of those 2 places, I was like, God dang. But I put up for energy. But some of my teammates was shut down because it's like, shook, like, man, goddamn, this is about to happen. Yeah, it's about to happen. Yeah. Everybody against you in there. And then the referees ain't making no better. Yeah. I give them a hard time.
Yeah, I was about to say, everybody used to be like, man, the KU. Yeah, KU. Man, y'all get all the calls. That's why y'all be on these long old streets out there in the fall.
And KU got a thing, man, when it's the last 5 minutes of the game, they draw the ball because they know they're getting a foul.
They know it's coming.
They skin the foul, man.
They know it's coming.
It might not be true, but that's just my philosophy.
Hey, let me say the craziest thing is, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my roommate, obviously he went to Kansas as well. He sent me a video of KU basketball. I promise you, one of the opposing players went in to drive the basketball. Right. And the KU player, and this was like maybe in the 80s, 90s, you could just tell from the film, goes up on a block, forearm across my man's face. What? Ain't a call at all. Boys going the other way, fast break layup. So yeah, you know how that goes.
They the bad boy Pistons. KU in West Virginia, like anytime we play those guys, we know in our mind that this game about to be physical. Yeah. Like, you go play anybody else, we get our calls, whatever, but you go out there and play KU, you're not getting a call, first of all. So it's mental. You gotta be up 10 to win. That's the goal. That's the strategy. You gotta be up 10. Because if you up 5, the last 5 minutes, you're not getting that call. They gonna get every call.
Yeah, I feel that. Hey, you can't look at me like that too much. For no reason why I say that, because I'm a football player. You know, football, we have the big KU football, basketball fight. But yeah, I'm a Duke. Yeah, I'm a Duke, and that's what I'm saying. I'm a football player and I'm a Duke fan. So I'm really objective when it comes to KU basketball, because they're not like my love. Like, I never loved KU basketball. I just happen to go there. Like, Duke basketball, that's my school right there when it comes to that, and then Miami football. But
yeah, I like Miami football.
You say David versus Goliath when y'all playing KU, but that's when you first got there.
Well,
what about when you leaving and as y'all are getting better and building and y'all winning national championships? How are y'all approaching that? Is it now for y'all? Is it we're Goliath and they're David, or is it just Goliath versus Goliath? I would assume it's just like, hey, it's two heavyweights in here because they didn't drop. We just got better.
Like I look at it all, like I always look at all my games like boxing matches, like, and I was always a big Tyson fan, a big Ali fan. So I always look at it as boxing matches. I'm like, man, God dang, man, gotta play KU. All right, we gotta go fight Frazier. Because we know for a fact they gonna keep playing, keep fighting. And we're gonna play like West Virginia. We got Foreman, they heavy hitters. They got the big dogs in there. So I always do that like that. And so when we got on top, and KU wasn't like down here. KU was like right here with us at the end of the day. So it's like, man. Yeah. So one loss from us puts them up. One loss from them puts us up. So when they started losing and we kept winning, I was happy about that. I was like, oh yeah, we're on top now. I can sit here and say we're changing. Because at the end of the day, bro, my first year in college, the players and the fans and even a lot of other people, man, y'all ain't gonna never be KU. They just tell me that back home, man, y'all ain't never gonna be KU. Y'all never gonna be West Virginia. Y'all not gonna win the Big 12 ever. They told me that, and so I was like, all right, cool. I redshirted my second year, terrible year. I think that's my NIT year. And third year, we just went to second round, lost against. That's what's so crazy. We lost in Gonzaga my second round. Okay. And so we lost in Gonzaga. Then my fourth year was the year that everything started really changing. We started winning. Yeah. And that's when COVID happened. And when that COVID happened, see, we won that Big 12 and lost in the Big 12 tournament. And then we was gonna go on another run, hopefully to win it again. So I possibly would have had 2 championships, maybe. Yeah. But nobody didn't know that because
y'all was a number 1 seed.
Yeah, that's the first ever, right? That's the first ever number 1 seed.
Yeah, so no, that's crazy, man. Like, just to see like the transition of Baylor basketball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it reminds me of the transition of Baylor football.
Exactly.
Because they were at the bottom. I remember when I was going to KU, we weren't no heavy hitters when I first got there, but that was the Orange Bowl year. Yeah. My good friend, Lanier Sampson, was going, and that's when RG3 was going in. And I was like, hey, why y'all all going to Baylor? Like, Kendall Wright was there, RG3, Terrence Williams, Sam, and they just had dogs going into Baylor. And just to see them go from the bottom to beating OU and all that stuff, it reminds me of the exact same thing that y'all did in basketball, just to see that. And then obviously the women's basketball program rocking and rolling.
It was always rocking.
Griner, I think Griner came in my year. Yeah. They was winning, like, obviously. I think they win one. They won 1, right?
Yeah, they won 3 total.
They won 3. Yeah. Okay. I know them, UConn, Stanford. You know, it's always the same 4 women's teams. Like
they hate me though. 'Cause I love UConn.
Yeah, but that's how it be like.
I love UConn. My girl hate that. No,
people be like, man, it's like you did have a team before you went to the school. I'm like, bro, I didn't commit to KU when I was 8. Like, I was a Duke fan, so I gotta stop being a Duke fan. Yeah. Like, and it was so funny just because of every year they always got mad at me because I would cheer for Duke basketball while I was at the school, just like I cheer for them now.
But they both blue bloods. So
yeah, by saying they don't make it no better that they're both elite teams. Yeah. And then Duke got theirs, KU's got theirs, so it goes back and forth. But I've always went back and forth with the KU fans about that.
Yeah, it's all good. I was never like really a Baylor fan, but I had committed so young, man. I committed like my freshman summer in high school. So I committed then.
So
they've been recruiting me since I was in 8th grade though.
So you committed freshman summer. Who all did you have when you committed?
Man, this was so crazy. So I only had 2 schools. I had McNeese, of course, it's
Yeah.
hometown.
Yeah.
And then I had Baylor.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not staying home. And in my mind, I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing, which it was the right thing, but it was early. I committed early. That's before I moved to Dallas.
Yeah.
So my junior senior, that's why I went to the Prime Prep, the Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
So I moved out there and I just started blowing up. Yeah. So then I was like, dang, I could really decommit and go to Kansas. Or I had offers from them. But I was like, man, I'm gonna just stay loyal. I was like, man, they had me when I first was out there. Like my coach drove a brand new 2014 Escalade to the hood and parked it and left his keys in there. Coach Drew, white guy, coming up driving in Louisiana in the projects, parking his little man. I said, Coach, what you doing? And your mama in there, man, I'm trying to offer you this and this and this. And I'm like, Coach, man, you gonna leave the car running? Nah, that'd be fine. Shit, all right.
Well, you ain't been around these parts.
But he got my respect right there, though. He got my respect.
That's cold. Like, basketball is so much different than football. Football's getting younger and younger and younger. Right. But like when I was coming out, like you still have to be super, super, super special to be a sophomore on varsity. Now freshmen are on varsity.
I see that. Yeah, I noticed that.
Now it's getting younger with the recruitment. Like they got 7th and 8th grade quarterbacks getting offers. Some 7th and 8th grade kids getting offers. But man, unless you was just like that dude, mind you, I was a national recruit.
Right.
But I wasn't getting offers until after my junior year.
Yeah.
And on the second side of that year, in January, February, March, like started getting that. So basketball boys be 5th grade getting looked at. So it's way different. Like now it's getting a little younger in football, but it's way different in basketball.
6th, 7th grade, man. Like when I was, man, like I said, bro, like I seen guys like, matter of fact, Seven Woods. I know y'all remember Seven Woods. When me and Seven Woods played against each other when I was in 7th grade. I used to go and look at everybody used to play, have big names, and see all these people interested. I'm like, what the hell is this? I ain't never seen nothing like that. And I go look at my stuff, McNeese State University. I'm like, damn, boy, I got Kansas. I ain't gonna never see him again. And so then after that, you know what I'm saying, I started really paying attention to them. Man, guys get in basketball, you good enough, they gonna come find you. And they will offer you.
Especially all that tournaments they having left and right year round.
Man, so the best gullets is like the Adidas, the Nikes, and all that. So that's part of really all that stuff right there. I played in all that, Under Armour and all that crazy stuff.
So with that, you stayed at Baylor. You saw the bottom all the way to the top. Mine was different. I got to KU after the Orange Bowl. We got up to number 2 in the nation in football, right? A lot of people like, y'all were number 2 in the year. We're the last team to lose in the nation. LSU lost earlier that morning. We lost later that night. The game before the Big 12 championship. So I started at the top, and we slowly went to the bottom. Probably quickly went to the bottom. But so you get to the very top after hearing all the things y'all weren't going to be KU, y'all weren't going to be West Virginia. You stuck out with Baylor when you started getting bigger offers. How did that feel for you once you reached that pinnacle? Because that's your last year. And you reached that right there, especially after being so good the year before and COVID hit.
Man, it was so crazy because everything happened at once. I think that was probably my best year because it was like, dang, I'm the first in the family to graduate. Then I'm the first to win the Big 12. Then I won the national. I'm the first to win the national championship. I'm the first in everything I did that year. So I'm like, God dang, so like that. Everything played the way it's supposed to play. Like everything was fluent. Like I didn't have to jump schools. I didn't have to jump ship to do none of that. And like my pops always told me, man, like just let stuff happen fluent. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And when we got to that, I was like, man, it's actually happened, bro. Like it's crazy. I was over when we won the championship. People was like, man, you crying because y'all won the championship? I'm like, nah, y'all don't realize everything I had to go. I had to sit my freshman year, lose. My second year be called sorry as hell. My third year possibly making it. Then my fourth year get the stuff taken away from me. I was like, man, I went through so much stuff, and now everybody's reaping the championship benefits. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing about it. But I was like, I had to go through all of that. And so right now for me, it's like, man, all this stuff just happened fluent. My life has always been a process. That's how I look at it.
That's what it's about right there.
In a process. So I process, like I look at it all the time, even in the football world, just process. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning everything, the basketball stuff, process. Like everything, all the trials and tribulations, always been process. You learn from it.
Exactly.
So
now talking about the football, So a lot of people, like, we've introduced you a little bit, but okay, we're talking about Baylor, basketball. How was the transition? Tell us, like, take us through that transition. You're on top of the world at Baylor, win the national championship, right? You leave there, then you go undrafted, right? Trying to go to the league.
Right.
You had the stint with the Trailblazers, right? We're gonna get back to the Trailblazers because Dame out here making crazy money. But go with the Trailblazers, that don't work out, and now you're playing tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Tell us about that transition from national championship till now, and obviously you can make it shorter because we'll start talking about different spots.
Right.
National championship, Chiefs tight end.
Man, all that happened in 6 months, man. It was fast. Like, if you really think about it, it's unbelievable because Russell Wilson reached out to me after we played his team, his college. We beat them, and he just told me that he think I can play football.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And after that, it got leaked out after I told my coach. And my coach was just so happy and proud, he just tweeted it out and told people. Next thing you know, I got multiple teams hitting me up.
Yeah.
So I was basically getting recruited for football while, I'm still playing basketball.
You still trying to live your hoop dreams, and they trying to pull you on. Like, I ain't even done hooping yet.
Yeah, so once I got out of, you know what I'm saying, it started off with just a compliment, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, it's illegal for them to do certain stuff like that, but it was just a compliment, you know what I'm saying. It started off as a compliment, and it got leaked out for more than what it was. The next thing you know, I won a championship. I'm waiting for the draft. But let me tell you this, as I'm working out for the draft, I'm also working out for the NFL.
Yeah.
See, people to know that. Like, I'm doing basketball workouts. Like, let's say I fly to Memphis. I leave from Memphis, come home to Dallas for a day, and let's say I got to work out in Chicago with the Chicago Bears. Next 2 days. Leave there, come back home, have like 2 days off. Boom, I'm flying out to New England, work out in New England, come back. Now I'm in LA working out for the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I don't think that process is normal because
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Because I was tired of shit.
First of all,
I said, when do you sleep?
Yeah, I slept on flights. Like I normally, that's what I did. Like what I do was the best sleep. Like I slept on New England the longest. It's a long flight.
Yeah.
I think that's the best sleep I had the whole summer because at the end of the day, it's like I was going through all that while I'm still trying to maintain and keep it undercover. That I wasn't working out with football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Because the GM's going to be like, well, you ain't even all the way in over
Exactly.
here. Oh, if you're working out for football, you must not be confident in what you're doing, or you might like that more,
Exactly.
or you just whatever. So, yeah, you can't be putting it out there because you know how it is in any sport.
Right.
Going all the way back to high school. I remember when I played basketball in high school my freshman year, I talked about it.
Yeah.
Our head coach pulled us out of freshman basketball, me and my homeboy that went to Baylor.
Right.
It was like, no, we don't play basketball at this school. We freshmen in high school. So I only can imagine a GM or a head coach saying, bro, you working out for football while working out for basketball, like that, we ain't trying to have that. You need to be all in over here with us.
Yeah, all that money's involved.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of the reason I also went undrafted too, because a lot of teams start kind of figuring it out. Like, man, he coming in from where? He's supposed to be in Texas. Why is he coming from New England?
Yeah.
Ain't no teams in New England. What's he in New England for? He ain't having five out there. I ain't never heard talk about New England, so I feel like a lot of teams are figuring it out. And then even with Portland, they figured it out that I was doing football stuff, and it was like, you can't really invest unless you really invest in yourself. I'm like,
100%.
I'm invested in myself. Like,
That's why I'm doing this and this. I ain't just doing it to do it. Like, I'm actually doing team workouts. I ain't just training for football.
Right.
But no, that's crazy. You said it happened fast. Like, but for you, how did it happen so fast? And I'm not saying that as in you probably for the longest have had a dream of going to the NBA.
Yeah, never.
So how did it like go through your mind of saying, yeah, because most guys been like, nah, I ain't doing that football mess. I'm gonna be the next whoever in the NBA.
Right.
But for you quickly transition to say, no, I'm gonna try both. I'm gonna try both. Like how do you get from national championship, right? Because now that means you somebody, you out there contributing on a national championship. So it ain't like you just trashing basketball and they're like, well, football might be better for me. You're up here on your basketball team, national championship, but you're like, you know what? This is a path that I want to take as well. How did you process that so quickly?
I mean, like I said, like it was fluent. It was so fluent, bro. Like the way it played out, it just happened. Like it wasn't me like, hey man, I'm telling my agent, hey man, let's just try football. Like a lot of people from basketball go to their agents and be like, you know what, you think you can reach out to a football team for me?
Yeah.
Like nah, everything just happened fluent. From me going to a certain player house and working out to doing other different things like that, it happened fluent. And then once I seen how natural I was in that, I was like, God damn, what? I've been playing the wrong sport the whole time.
Yeah.
But then in my mind, I'm like, yeah, for real. I thought I was playing the wrong sport, but at the same time, I'm like, it's natural. I'm just an athlete at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So why not try to? If baseball would have asked me, I would have went did baseball, football, and basketball. If I had to go all
I'm
that.
gonna figure out something.
Yeah, I mean that's two dreams. I think about it's two dreams. Like
Exactly.
if I would have turned down that and said I'm just focused on basketball, who would have knows what happened?
You could have missed out on the other opportunity. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do both. These are two dreams I can possibly do, and I know I can do both.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete at the end of the day. So I got the NFL, I got basketball. How many people on the NFL roster? How many people on the basketball roster?
Yes.
All right. Who get paid this and who get paid that? You know what I'm saying? I have to really break that down. Like, okay, the average span I think for NFL players to play is like 6 years or something like that. Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so it's everybody's about 3.
Yeah.
But it just depends on by position.
Right.
It depends on by position. But to your point, right, I got 12 guys on the roster, 8 of them are probably really playing. Some teams is getting down to 7, right? 2 guys coming off the bench and putting in real minutes that can say that I'm contributing. And then the other guys, 8 to 12 minutes, sparingly 2 minutes here.
G-League.
Right,
G
G-League. But football is like, shoot, I got 53 guys plus another 8, and it might even be like 12 now because of how the league is. I think they might have added like 4 more practice squad spots or something like that. But like I said, I basically 65 guys make this team.
Yeah, what's the
13, 15, whatever the NBA is. And and 2, this is a thing that we talk about. And you can speak on this. You're running what, the 4 in basketball?
Right.
Bro, you shorter than 80% of the point guards in the league now.
Right.
But you go to football and you're a monster.
Yep.
Right? So, like, speak on that. Like,
Yeah.
I always preach this. There's guys 6'1", 6'3", right? The 6'3" might be, not now, but when I was playing was decently tall for high school basketball. But they running the 4 or the 5, right? Because you're the tallest person on your team.
Right.
Like, speak on like what it feels like to be a undersized guy running your position at 6'5" to being a monster in football. Like, how's that?
Man, so for me, man, for basketball, it's like being undersized, and I had to check 7-footers like Udoka, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? Jericho Sims and you know Luka Garza, like all those guys, versus me just hopping on the football field. They looking at me like, oh man, you nice size. Me a big tight end.
Yeah.
I'm a big tight end. My whole life I've been called small.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You've been small.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, so what? My mom's like in football, it's like I'm already above average when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
The size and the movement. You know what I'm saying? In basketball, I had to try a little bit harder because I'm undersized, and I got to jump with 7-footers who have longer arms, who jump probably a little higher than me.
You wasn't a finesse player on your team, right? You was the dog, the defensive dog.
Yeah.
You the Draymond of Baylor, right? You had the assists, the points, but you were the hard-nosed guy in undersized like Draymond, right?
Yep. So that's how I had to take that role.
Yeah.
Like what people understand is me coming out of high school, I was scoring a lot of points and being a dog. And then that's how I get to college, and my coach was like, "You think you can play the 4?" I looked at him like, "Hell no, I can't play the 4. Why you trying to put me at the 4?" Well, we got this guy, this guy, and this guy coming up. I'm like, you know what? If it makes me play, I'll get on.
Yeah.
So I start playing it, and so now I had to really make a role adjustment. Be a dog. Like, what's the difference? Be a dog, jump, run. You shorter than everybody. People don't like me hitting the knees already. Yeah. So I had to figure out different stuff. So it was really hard. No, I ain't gonna lie to you because I'm short compared to a lot of these dudes.
Like for real, like that's what I'm saying. You're shorter than almost 80, probably now more percent, probably higher than 80. Man. You got CP3, Kyrie, Curry, and like I'm talking about guys that are actually like guys that we like, and then everybody else, Lillard, and then probably 6'4", 6'5", like everybody else. Lillard is right there. You got Melo Ball, Ben Simmons, and everybody. Lonzo, they 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10".
But you ever notice those guys that's my size, my weight, my height, whatever, right? they all play the four and they all play the same role. PJ Tucker or Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see none. Man, you don't see none of these guys doing them. Don't know. You see them spotting up, shooting, running, diving on the floor, doing all the dirty stuff.
Because they're all annoying players.
Yeah, the annoying players like a Patrick
Beverley. They're gonna
Beverley.
give you 110.
Yeah. So
Facts.
every guy that's my size that's in the league, they're doing the same things I was doing in college.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I just didn't feel like a lot of teams realized that I already had that role in college. Yeah. So getting into the NBA would have been the same thing.
Facts.
So,
and I feel like that's the quote unquote easiest role in the NBA.
Yep.
It's just be a dog because you can control your effort.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't control when the ball just takes a bad bounce.
Yeah.
But Draymond, think about it. If he can score, he got the easiest role. Even if he scored 4 points and do horrible shooting, as long as he go out there and get some rebounds, try hard, keep the energy up, he had a good game.
Yeah,
as long as Curry and them with him now, when they ain't with him, it's hard for him. But when his team is together, Curry, we're expecting you to drop 30, 40. If you drop 25, that's a bad night. Draymond get 4, get his 8 assists, 10 rebounds.
That's perfect.
Amazing game. Like that, I was like, that's
perfect.
Amazing role to have is just be a Patrick Beverley, an effort player.
It's a lot less pressure. Because like you said, control that effort. So like if I like Draymond fell out games, get kicked out of games. But they're not gonna get mad at Draymond. Let's do the same thing this game.
Yeah. See,
let's give me 110, Draymond.
So my coach used to tell me, man, Mark, you get a tech, I won't even be mad at you. Because at the end of the day, that's how you play. You playing that role so good, they not gonna like you at the end of the day. But it's easy for a lot of people to be like, bond into that role. Basketball, a lot of dudes don't want to do it. Trust me, they don't want to. A lot of guys don't want to go up in there and play defense, lock up stuff, do this, and they ain't gonna play offense. They want to play offense, come on defense, and chill. Then the guys like me come in and do all the work.
Yeah.
I don't mind though.
What about, so you a dog in basketball, but transitioning over to football, does that same mentality transfer where like I'm just trying to bang people, or now is it like, okay, now I'm finessing. I'm light on my feet. I'm gonna be finessed because we've seen Tony Gonzalez, we've seen Antonio Gates, we got my man Jimmy, Jimmy I forgot his last name. For the Packers and the Saints, Jimmy Graham. Like none of the basketball guys that transition are really dogs, right? Because they haven't played it long enough or weren't current enough in it just to be having that. So did you fall into that same role of like, I'm a pass catching tight end, I'm a finesse guy, right? Because it's hard to go from shooting in the AC and all that to see like Ray Lewis or James Harrison or whoever it is today that you go against, be like, I'm gonna just run nose to nose with that guy. No, I'm gonna go around him real quick.
Yeah, so like with me, like I try to figure out like this, like for me to find my niche in the league for the NFL, I have to really like hit or go hit somebody or see if I'm a finesse player. For me, I honestly being truthful, I don't mind being hit. I don't, because at the end of the day, I was raised in getting hit playing street football, so I'm used to it. But finding that niche is more so what was really like different. That's the hardest thing. Yeah. Because like you said, coming from being a dog to a world that you don't even know. Yeah. You up in here, you don't even know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I haven't played since I was 13, so I'm like, what's going on? So when I first got there, I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. Anything can happen. I can catch the ball and anything can happen.
It was the Seahawks first, right?
Seahawks was first.
And then now Chiefs.
The Chiefs. When I got there with the Seahawks, a lot of the tight ends were down. And it was about to be week 1. So they wasn't about to throw me in the game. So it's like, hey man, come back in 2 weeks. Yeah, I know how that go. Then I'm not coming back. It's over with. So that happened, and then you get that 48-hour rule. Going straight to the Chiefs. Stay there since.
That's good. So, did you get to meet Russ when you was up in Seattle?
Oh yeah.
And so, what was like? So, how long was you there when you got to like? How long did you get to be around him?
Oh man, Russ was the guy that started my career. Honestly, like I said, man.
After beating Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then talk about that.
Yeah, man. After beating Wisconsin, man, I got reached out by Russell Wilson, and the only reason I looked at my DM is because Davion Mitchell, who's with the Sacramento Kings now, he was getting like Damian Lillard and like other people. Macy O.T. right now, who's at Utah, was getting like, I think he had got Patrick Beverley and some other guys. I'm like, man, who hit me up? I'm trying to look. I'm like, I want to drink.
You passed everybody though with Russ though.
Yeah, I look.
You got outside the squad.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to drink one hit me up. I want PJ Tucker. You know, cause I was talking to PJ Tucker during the year, so I'm just like, man, who hit me up? Now I go look. Blue. I know this person. Then I look, Russell Wilson. While I pass it up, I look back like Russell Wilson. Clicked on it. I'm like, what? I looked at everybody. I said, hey, yo, Russell Wilson hit me up. Everybody on the bus in the front ran to the back. Man, let me see. I'm like little kids, maybe grown men. Man, let me see. Man, who? I'm showing everybody the message. They like, yo, you gonna do that? I'm like, man, what? You too? So I was like, that was the cool thing. So me and Russell been in contact since. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It started with a compliment and everything else, but he opened the doors for me, honestly, because by him doing that, every GM versus like the NBA, I had coaches hitting me up. NFL, I had GMs hitting me up.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference.
Yeah,
But see, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
You got coaches hitting you up versus GMs.
Right.
I got GMs calling my phone like, hey man, this is so and so. I'm like, what was that? Call back. You for real? Yeah, this is me. I'm signing in for the Panthers. Or Jerry Jones is the one I did. Did I tell you about the Jerry Jones story?
You never told me about Jerry.
Oh man, so Jerry Jones called, and it's the funniest thing ever. Jerry Jones called my phone, and I didn't know who Jerry Jones was.
Yeah.
So he called my phone. Like,
I here in Dallas don't know who Jerry Jones is.
Yeah, man, like Jerry Jones, Jerry Jones is so and so. Dallas Cowboys. This. Click.
Oh, Jerry.
He called it back. Hey, Jerry Jones. I called my agent. Hey man, this is Jerry Jones. Who's that? He's like, man, that's one of the Dallas Cowboys. You don't know that? No. Call him back. Call him back. Hey man, this is Jerry Jones. This is Mark Ryder. Hey man, don't do that again. So yeah, man, like
say less.
Like that's how crazy it was for football, man. That I didn't really know too much about, man. Like, that's a big difference. I always tell athletes, man, be in a position where you got GMs looking at you. Coaches are replaceable. You know what I'm saying? GM's gonna stay
for at least a while. They'll stay for a while. Everybody can come and go, but that GM, man, like that's who's building the team.
Right.
That's who's like the coaches are coaching, the GMs are supposed to be GMing, building the team,
right.
And the owners are supposed to be owning. But yeah, that's that where we see this guy went down. The GM saying, hey, let's pick up Mark.
Right.
Hey, this guy went down. OBJ, let's do whatever. So it's cool that you actually said that. As far as those stories about y'all on the bus.
Yeah.
So
that's funny, man.
The college football isn't the same except for maybe the national the playoff games now, and then the national championship, because now it's like that you play twice in the playoffs, right?
Right.
You play in the semifinal, then the finals. Then my boy Jackson went off in the Rose Bowl this year.
Yep.
So he took all the way off, everybody hit him up. For y'all, it's different.
Yeah.
The world locks into NCAA basketball. Week 16, Baylor versus TRPT College.
Yeah.
The 1 versus 16, everybody's gonna watch.
They're watching.
Duke versus ITT Tech. Everybody's still watching 1 versus 16. So they're seeing Mark Ball. Okay, round of 32. Mark Ball. Round of 16. Whatever, or whoever it is. How does that go, like, with the guys, like, getting hit up? Because I know it has to be something, because, you know, everybody's watching you. Like, in football, like I said, if I play in the Outback Bowl, nobody's watching it. If I have 100 yards, 3 touchdowns, nobody cares. But everybody cares about March Madness. We got the brackets. We got the pools. We got whatever. Yeah. Like, is that just, like, a common thing? Like, when guys, like, are just going off, don't even got to be, like, a star, but they have, like, a good, like, March Madness and just start getting hit up?
You need one game. Like, man, we got guys on our bench. Jackson Moffitt, who's my brother, man, he's a white guy, right? Only thing he did was bring energy, and when he did get in the game, he did whatever minutes he had to do. He got famous off just having a mullet.
Yeah,
Mullet Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew Mayer.
And Mayer is 24, right, with the strap.
Yeah. And then you had Jackson Moffitt on the bench who had a mullet. He got famous over doing TikToks and having a mullet. You know what I'm saying? He got in the game to score 1 point. Hey, everybody's watching.
Remember that?
You know what I'm saying?
J. Cole, like what?
Yeah. So like, you only need one game, bro. And basketball, because the whole world really do like it. Even on the games that you know. I remember somebody saying, man, we watched you play McNeese State, your hometown.
Yeah.
And this somebody way in Canada. I said, what do you know about Mackin State?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, why you know about himself?
Like, what the hell? So, like, you just need one. You just need one good game.
Especially at basketball, because like you're saying, March Madness. It's anybody. They mess up brackets every year.
Time. I love breaking brackets though. That was the funniest stuff, man.
Yes.
I think, bro, it was. That's like, man, Baylor gonna lose second round. They never get past second round. They gonna lose the Sweet 16. And I'm just watching people brackets. The numbers go from like, oh, this going do. And I'm just still tweeting like, gotcha.
Speaking of breaking brackets, you already know what I'm gonna go to. Baylor, yeah, y'all do love breaking brackets. Cause y'all broke my damn bracket.
Hey, man.
Man lost to North Carolina, sorry tell.
Hey,
But
man, I knew you were gonna go to that.
and what makes it worse though is y'all losing by 30.
Yeah.
They want to come all the way back and take it to overtime. Just in this still lose. Just lose by 30, bro. Don't get me all happy. I'm at the facility. I'm seeing this. I'm like, man, I throw my phone over there. They come back. They in OT. I'm like, think about it. That's momentum, right? You done came all the way back. They should be sad. Y'all should win by like 12 in overtime. Y'all like got blew out in overtime. I was like, bro, that's not how that's supposed to work. I was.
That's my first bracket.
Y'all gave all y'all.
I was like, oh my
just to tie
gosh.
They had nothing left.
That was my first bracket of overnight, bro. I never do another one.
Man.
Never do another one. I love my university though, but man, bro, y'all they made me mad that I said, y'all serious, bro? 30 came all the way back. I'm hyped.
Bro, I'm lit. Like I went to Baylor because I had them going to the championship. Man, I had them winning this year.
Man,
I had them winning,
my
bro.
boy James did the layup, tied it up. No, he did the layup and got a foul. Missed the free throw. I was like, shit. But then Adam came down, did the layup, tied it up. I'm like, oh yeah, we about to win. Yeah. I know when Adam start playing like this, he about to hit a three. He go down. I'm like, oh damn, it's about to happen. Next thing you know, Nerd come out of nowhere. Smack, and then O'Boy wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
O'Boy's on the bench. The guard.
Yeah, I'm about to say I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, one that was going crazy. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm mad as hell. Like, he's the one supposed to be kicking our ass. Oh man, come on now, bro. So
that was y'all chance.
That's our chance. We're supposed to get one back to back.
But yeah, man, going back to football. What about football has been the most challenging for you?
Man, just more so for the transition. That playbook.
Yeah.
You know about that playbook. Man.
So what? Okay, playbook. I played basketball, but we was running just motion offense. You pass, screen away, pass, whatever. You know. So what is like? Excuse me. I know with the football playbook that can be 1,000 plays if a coach wants it to be. What is the basketball playbook from Baylor in the football playbook with the Chiefs look like? What's the differences?
Like scramble. You ever play that game scramble?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Because if you take a basketball playbook, you got one. You might have a play called 1, 2, motion, horns. You know, horns is 2 people.
Yeah.
It's simple. And then you come off the screen after that. If you ain't got that, now y'all playing. Football, it's like trips right, formation, motion, this basic cross,
wide go,
inside check, an audible,
and then you gotta look at, you gotta read the defense, you gotta look. All right, it's covered. Isn't that covered too? Nah, it might be a cloud. I don't know what's going on.
Right, they ain't really disguising the basketball like, oh, we gonna fake like we in a 2-3, but we really in a 3-2. Like you pretty much get and see because you gotta be in your spot. The court's small.
Exactly. And then like, man, it's just so much movement because now you, as soon as the pace start picking up, you starting to think you're tired. So basketball, you can walk it up. All right. We'll look at the coach. All right, 2, we good. We know what we're doing. And football is like boom.
There's thinking time in basketball. It's just reaction in football.
Man, they got hit on long ass plays, man. That should be funny, man.
Right, one,
and they tell every person what to do.
Man, bro, when I was in practice squad, you know you look at the sheet, right?
Yeah.
And on the sheet, it shows you what you're doing. Yeah. As it got to the summer, the OTAs, I finally heard a play spit at me for the first time.
Yeah, because you just, like I said, so now somebody in the hub.
He spit it, they spit it out, trips, this. I said, hold on, wait. I know this, but where do I go? Trips right? All right, I'm going to left side. No, trip left. Ah, dang, all right. Because that's my first time hearing the spit at me. You know, it's easy for you to look at it, read, like, oh, I got this.
Then I got a slant on the backside.
Like, yeah, I got a slant.
And what I'll tell you is I obviously played football my whole life. different coaches, different offenses, different schemes, and it can still be hard because, like I said, it's just different. So, for instance, in high school, we had plays and they were like red. That means all slants.
Yeah.
Big girl. Big girl was all. Big girls was stop chasing big girls. So it's all stops.
Right.
Judy got hips. Judy got a booty and big hips. Corner routes. Right. So then you go to KU, and it's still easy. It's trips right, menu 1. Everybody just has to know what they do on menu 1.
Right.
Then we go to my next coaching staff, trips right 63. Everybody knows what they do on 63.
Right.
Or 917. 917.
Yeah.
Then we get Charlie Weiss, who comes from the NFL.
Oh man.
Trips right, Y, waggle, Z release, X 13, alert, Y waggle, X like, so they're giving you 2 plays at once when they come up to the line. Alert. Now you had this long first play, and they said alert. Now you got to remember what was the second play that they even. Mind you, now I have to remember the second play, but I still have to remember what I convert to on the second play if they're in a certain defense. So I can only imagine, like for me, I picked it up fastest. I was like that in football just with it, but it was still different.
Right.
So I can only imagine not coming from that and then just getting wild waggle, X banana, Z over, alert, blah, blah, blah. I know you like, bro, I just want to run horns.
Yeah, bro, like,
being tight end, like, so sometimes somebody get lined up in front of you off that edge. So it's like, okay, so if I got a choice route and he does blitz, now what do I do? Do I block him or do I run my choice route?
Man, what?
So like, yes,
I'm hot. I get rid of it.
The mental side of it is way more difficult because literally in football, you always have more than one job.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
I learned that.
Yes.
Like,
and it's not fluid. It's not as fluid.
Yeah.
Especially on the offense. Defense can be a little more fluid.
Right.
Basketball is just a fluid sport. That's why we all can leave here right now and go run a 4-4 on the court and go work.
Yeah.
Football offense isn't fluid. You have to get to where you're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Right? You say horns, boom, get it, gonna come off stream. Now everything's over.
Right.
Let's just start playing.
Come on.
There ain't no like that in football. So with that, like putting you like more in a box in football than just being able to move around on the court freely.
Right.
Like, how is that like different? Like just in a mindset of like, dang, like if you see something in basketball, right, you supposed to set the screen, and then I don't fake the screen, I'm gonna go because I see him overplaying me. In football, how does that feel like to you when you're like, I see it, but like here I'm wide open, but I gotta run the route over here. Does that suck for you? Like knowing that I could have just ran right down the field?
This is what it was for me, man. Like, and it still is to this day. It's like I went from all this freedom.
Yeah.
Like it's like I went from all this freedom where I can set a pick, I can roll, run here, set a pick, this and this to you got a job. Like this is what your job is, and you gotta
just do it.
If you don't do this right, you're gonna mess up everybody's shit. Like everybody's stuff gonna get messed up. So if you don't run this corner, this base, whatever you gotta run, and you don't run it right, everybody gonna be messed up. So now it's like a leash, bro. It's like they just bringing it in. Like coach put me out there, man. And I was just like, man, it's a leash. I gotta do everything a certain way. You gotta run this route. If they call alert, you have to run it. Even when I see that middle open, I gotta realize him over there might be doing something for that.
Exactly. So he going to the middle.
Yeah, so it's like, God dang. And 9 times out of 10, you gotta think about it. You might not even get the ball a couple plays. In basketball, you touch
every play. I might not shoot it, but I'm at least get around it. Or even if I'm setting the screen, I feel involved. Now coming up, football. That's why you get the prima donnas right at receiver. It's like. And you understand though, right? It's like, it's been a quarter. I ain't touched the ball. I don't feel like I'm playing the game. Like, I used to be nervous until I got my first catch. Because I just felt like, I was like, I need to catch the ball and get tackled. Yeah. Like, if I don't get no catches or at least a run, something is just like, I'm not in the game. I'm just running around and you kind of feel helpless out there. Like, I'm just gliding around. Basketball, I know I'm playing defense. They're going to pass it to my guy and play defense on him. Football, is different, right? Yeah. I'm only playing one side of the ball, and if I ain't getting off on that side of the ball, I'm basically not getting off nowhere. Unless you get the special teams guy. It's still hard to go make a tackle.
Exactly. Right? It's so weird, bro. Like, I listen to a couple players when they talk to me. It's like, man, sometimes it's like you might not touch the ball at all, and then in the last minute, that damn ball's gonna fly at you.
Right. Win the game for us.
But it's weird because it's like dang man, like I be open. Let's say if I'm open, like why am I touching it? You know what I'm saying? Not saying for me, but just in general, like why am I touching the ball? You know what I'm saying? They get mental, like you say, mental, bro. Some guys I heard talk about like on other teams too, like working out with them. Man, I be open on this play. He still don't throw me the ball. And mentally mess with him, and then last minute when the ball get thrown to him, shit.
Right. It's like literally sitting on the bench the whole game, or even playing in a NBA game, and I get 0 shots, and they be like, "Hey, we're gonna draw this play up for you to hit the game winner." I ain't shot the ball, coach. Why you want me to make the shot?
So I understood that.
But also with that, like that transition, like you were saying, like what was it like as far as conditioning? Because like you saying, like you call basketball play walking down the court. In football, ain't no, coach, I'm gonna take this one off. In basketball, you can go to the corner and let them run the play. You can take the play off. Not necessarily take the play off, but like you can get more rest in basketball than football.
And to be honest, you can take a play off. We've seen LeBron, like LeBron got criticized for taking plays off in the finals.
Yes.
In the finals, I'm tired. I can go hide in the corner, right? Football, you can't just be like, okay, I'm on. Not block or do this. Like in the receivers, maybe you can run off, but not the position he playing. He out there in them trenches. He connected to the line. And even when you are split out a little bit, you're still in the slot to where a guy can blitz. Like I was a slot. You can't really take plays off that much in the slot unless they're just running the opposite way. Even if they're running your way on the outside, you can take a play off. But for him,
you gotta get crossed to go block somebody. So like that condition, obviously yes, it's different because it's a different sport. But like, what's it like knowing like I gotta give, like I play football too, but you gotta give 100 each play.
You get worn down faster.
Yes.
It's like a lot of this is what controversy come in with my basketball players and my football players when I'm debating with. They're like, man, basketball shape is better because we running this and this. I say, yeah, you might think that until you get to grabbing, you get tussling with a big 6'9", 300-pound dude. Then coach said, now you gotta run the route the next play.
Yes.
And you in the huddle like
yourself up off the ground.
Yes, you gotta pick yourself up, man. Somebody helping you. They tired, so they following with you. So.
People don't realize, bro.
And you playing in the elements. You playing out there in the AC, bro. Like I tell basketball, like let me tell you something that I actually found out. Like soccer isn't as bad as you think. Because you're jogging back and forth until there's a run. Like basketball, there's little spurts, but a lot of times you might be watching somebody else with the ball. Football is just like burst, get hit, fall down, get picked up, get hit hard, get dizzy, go do something, run 60 yards, run 5 yards. With basketball, like I can kind of try and figure it out. Like you never they always say don't rest on defense, but shoot, we tired, let's walk it up the court, let's run the clock down. Like in football, like especially in today's game, we ain't playing at a slow pace. You getting them lazy, and so
the only time you get is that timeout in football. Learn too. It's like a lot of people think you get in that huddle, you gonna get your breath. Hell no, man. If you running, you get in that huddle, you be breathing hard. All right, you got to play. He doesn't spit the next play out. You like what? Oh, I didn't even catch it. Check. Come on, what's going on? Next, I was gonna try to get mine. You know what I'm saying? So, like they say, man, the basketball shape and football shape. It's a big difference. Like like I said, my players be debating hard. Like, basketball shape.
Everybody want their sport to win.
I play both, but I'm telling you now.
And tell them like I played basketball for longer, so there ain't no reason for me not to be like, no, I play football, but no, I know basketball. Like, so with that being said, you're saying football is harder to be in shape. You get more tired, run down in football. I believe that as well, just because you're getting beat up on. It's just like boxing. Yeah, like, bro, they're not running, but when I'm getting hit in my nose, hit my ribs, like, it's harder to breathe. You gotta be in a better shape when you're getting
I think about
beat
when
on.
You're thinking so much. Let me say like this, when you're thinking, you're getting hit, and you're trying to be alert, I feel like that takes a lot more energy than you think. Because when you catch that ball, and now you're like, oh shit, no.
It's like getting tackled. People are like, oh, I know that hurts. Most tackles don't even hurt.
They don't hurt.
But when a 300-pound man fall on you and take all your breath out, or like receiver, you dive for a pass, catch it, then you land on the ball, you can't breathe. It's simple as that. In basketball, you can dive for a ball, you go out of bounds.
Trust me. I had to play like that.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I tell players all the time, I say, man, my job was energy. So to say that basketball shape and football shape, I had to use all my energy for basketball. Dead tired versus football, nah. I'm gonna stick with basketball and just I like that type of shape versus football.
Yeah, right. And you ain't even got. If you played basketball, we can't say NBA, but I always tell people that's the bonus round.
Right.
I always say highest level is college.
Yeah.
NFL is the bonus round, right? You got the video game. You beat the video game, and then you play another boss after. Like, no, I already beat the game. When you go to college, for me, you beat the game. Because you're getting a head start. Like, NFL, you are now going to the extra when you playing the game again. Like, so you played, I like to say, highest level ball before the extra level that you get paid for.
Right.
You haven't played that extra. You didn't get to play the extra level in basketball in NBA, right? But you did play, like I said, college. Right. You put all that effort in doing what you did, and you felt that tired. Right. You haven't even got to that NFL game, fourth quarter.
When they do everything,
21-21, your mind's going even faster. So how do you think that'll be the first time, like, you just getting that game, like, and everything's rocking and rolling. You got Mahomes out there, you know, doing his little run out onto the field, trying to, like, we got to go get, hey, Mark, we got Travis is on that side, you on this side. Right. Like, how you think that's going to feel that first time, not only getting on the field, but the big moment and you out there?
You got me hyped right now, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I never back down from moments like that. Because it's just like, I live for moments like that because it's only two things can happen. Either you gonna do your thing on it, or you're gonna fail. Either way it goes, it's gonna be a lesson. You're gonna be like, I do something better. You know what I'm saying? So, 21-21, Travis, man, don't throw Travis the ball, give it to me.
But that's how it should be. Like, he's gonna say, don't throw Mark. Like, me and my best friend, we play wide out at North Mesquite together. Literally during practice and games, we did not talk to each other. Yeah. He scoring touchdowns and I'm looking at him like, I score a touchdown, he over there like, and right after that, we're gonna play Madden every day after school. Yeah. But doing that, like, in order to be where Travis is at, where Mahomes is at, where Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, you have to be like, don't give him the ball, give it to me. It's gonna be in better hands over here.
Right. See, that's the truth. So I'm about to say with Travis, man, I'll say one thing about Travis, man. Travis took me under his wing like it was nothing. Yeah. When I first got there, that's the first dude open arms. Yeah. I'm gonna say it like this. I only played Madden because of Travis. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady. That's it. Never nobody else, right? So when I finally when I met him, I was like, man, that's Travis Kelce. Right. What's up, man? And after that, it's been like love since. So he always took me on his wing. But I'm gonna say it like this, I think he teaches me a lot of the footwork and a lot of the movements for the moment like that. Yeah. Because he can be a disguise one day, and Mark, I taught you this and this, you know what to do on this side. So it's more so a trust thing. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that happens.
Yeah, no,
especially like a hurry up offense. Yeah. Say you used to be on the right side, you just ran over, you got to get back. You ain't got time to run to the other side of the field. Right. So that is with him being a vet, like that's something a lot of people don't really get to see. You don't get to see that from a person as a fan.
Yeah, you up in person. What people don't understand is, man, you got a lot of vets that won't even do that with you. You know what I'm saying?
We seen Tennessee's quarterback. Ryan Tannehill talking about, man, Malik will figure it out, basically, whatever. We ain't got, but like I said, a lot of cats won't do that. Yeah. Right? So that's cool for him to see that because I tell people it's about being secure in yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, I not only helped all the DBs when I was a DB when I could, I helped all the wide receivers for sure because I was really good at that. I also not only, like I said, just helped them playbook-wise, I trained them. We would train on Saturdays because I was secure. Like, I can train you all you want. Yeah. I'm training you to take somebody else's spot. You ain't gonna take your mine. Like, Kelsey's, bro, I'm a Hall of Famer, bro. And I'm still in my prime. Mark, I can teach you everything you want. Yeah. You gonna play, but I'm gonna still be out on the field. Right. Such and such needs to be worried about you. I'm not. Right. Now, I'm not saying you can't take a spot, but in my mind as a dog, I'm not the one that's about to lose out on the spot. That's them with it, right? And that's how it should be. Like, I would work with receivers. You ain't taking my spot. You gonna play on that side or that side or that side, but I'm not scared of it. If you are in my position, so be it. Yeah. I got that work too, so I love that because I know we talked about you, Travis, the help he's done. He came down while we were training. Yeah. So that shout out to him because that's big because there needs to be more guys like that because there's even guys that are secure in their spot and they still be like, nah, bro, figure it out how I figured it out. Like, that shouldn't be the brotherhood of it, bro. Like, I understand it's still a business, but you gotta understand, like, why you're a dog.
Right.
Those extra 1 or 2 plays that he helps you learn, it might not even be a pass catch, but that gets him a breather.
Right.
So now I'm not tired when I'm running that route down the middle of the fourth quarter because I don't got a guy behind me. Yeah. Or now we run 2 tight ends, and now, or you're doing more blocking and I'm doing more catching. So like, you're not only building up a guy just to catch every ball. Like people think, oh, if I help him, he's gonna start catching a million balls. No, you might help him get on the field and he might take you out of some blocking plays you don't want to be into. But if you're the only reliable tight end, you're playing every play, every season, you banged up. So
But him being like, if he don't teach the guys that's behind him, but you're still in the same team, so it's like, like you saying, if he step out and the level of athleticism goes down, he not it's hurting the whole team.
Exactly.
So that's what's like with him being a vet, even the vets who aren't the starter, still out here helping cats.
Yeah.
It's just a simple fact, hey, that knowledge and getting it from a different perspective.
Right.
When it comes down to it, we win the Super Bowl. We're all getting wins.
It's all it is.
What it is. Yeah.
That's how they all are though. Like one thing I can say about Casey, when I got to Seattle, man, it was a little different, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Guys weren't too willing to do that because at the end of the day, like, man, you wasting this time, man. A basketball player trying to play football, like nah, man, come on. They didn't get a chance like that. But when I got to the Chiefs, everybody was willing to help.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, the receivers, D-Rob,
guys
the
want to secure their
coaches,
spot. A better organization. Like, do you feel it's like that? Because think about it. The Chiefs were better when you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously, Russell ain't in with Seattle no more.
Right.
So they had more of a harder nose, like what we saw as a harder nosed team back from the Legion of Boom to where KC seems fun loving. Like you got Patrick Mahomes, Cheetah, doing this, Kelsey, and all that. Like, do you think it's more just the culture in Seattle compared to KC, or is it just those guys particularly?
It's guys, like it's just those guys. Because Tyler Lockett,
Kansas State boy.
Man, he don't even know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I'm like, man, I'm playing for Baylor, this and this. I don't know too much about football. You help me. Right away, man. Hey, get my number. Took my number.
Heard great things about Lockett.
Yeah, DK McCall. Like to this day, Tyler Lockett still follow me on Twitter, do different stuff. Like he'll like send a text over or something, just checking on you. Same with Russell, same way. It's like guys that want to help you. They got genuine guys. And at the same time, you got some guys that just want to
people who are
do their job. They just want to do their job.
There's nothing wrong with that, but there's going to be something down the line when you want somebody to help, but somebody going to tell you they just doing their job, and you're going to look at them crazy.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, it's cool. I'm not even mad about it because at the end of the day, it's like, this is your job. At the end of the day, I'm somebody who's coming to try to get on the field, so it's a possibility I can take your job. So you looking at me like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm good on that.
And at the end of the day, like you're saying, like those are the guys who are gonna hit you outside of football. Like you're not on this team no more. You're still willing to hit you up.
Yeah.
And that just shows what type of person, the man you are outside of the sport.
Yeah.
Which shows a whole lot.
Our whole tight end staff at KC though, like we got one guy named Jordy Forsey, and that's the one he hurt his Achilles last year.
Yeah.
Like he was a receiver first and then was a tight end, and he takes the time out to teach me a lot of things. Even though Kelsey is like the guy that's helping me out, I think he's the main reason he's doing a lot of more stuff because he did 2 years on practice squad.
Yeah.
He was cut a couple times from KC, came back, but now he's signing deals and he was going to do a great tight end last year until he hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be simple guys like that. You know what I'm saying? I got linemen talking to me. What you talking like? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to teach me different stuff. Or when you block like this, you block like this, you block like this. Defense is telling me you need to read the corner on this time. You know what I'm saying? We come over the top, so look over there. He might be just sitting there. You don't want to run into him. So, like you say, it might be a culture thing, but at the same time, I wouldn't know the difference because I ain't been on different multiple.
Yeah.
So
we talked about everybody helping. What is it like with having one of the biggest stars in football? Probably ever just jumping on the scene, Patrick Mahomes.
I thought you talking about me, my bad.
You might be there. You might be there.
Right
my brother said you were the only person in the last 70 years to have signed an NBA contract and an NFL contract. So not played like because think about it, a lot of guys played college basketball and then went to football, but not because you were on with the Summer League and then
so
NFL. So what's like that? Like I said, I didn't even just realize that. But yeah, like
70 years.
70 years. He said like, yo.
How old are you, Mark?
24.
Oh my
He
God.
wasn't even born last time it happened.
I hope he was.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even thought of.
But
But Patrick Mahomes, man, let me say about Patrick Mahomes. To say he's so young, when people think he's about 28, 29, he's actually my age.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, huh?
Oh
Man,
when you had I was like, bro, I know he's younger than me, but God, dog.
Man, to say he's that
Super
young,
young.
he's super mature. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he likes to hoop too. That's all he do when hoop.
Yeah, no, I actually saw his highlights in basketball.
Yeah.
And I was gonna post them on my IG.
Right.
I just never got around to it. But I was like, Pat was nice.
Yeah, Pat nice, man. Pat
Would you bring that? Would they bring that? Not to interrupt Patrick, but would you bring that? We were talking about what since you did both highest level basketball, highest level football. Do you think? What do you think? More football players to go to basketball or basketball go to football?
I think basketball go to football.
You think more basketball?
No, as far as going like NBA.
competing.
Like no. Well, there's a difference. There's a difference. You got to break that down.
Yeah.
Because there are more basketball guys that can go to football, I believe, at that level. Because it's those guys that go play tight end.
Right. Yeah.
There's not a lot, but there's more. But if we're just saying like just to play the sport more, what you're going with is playing the sport. Like you know how like when we just go to the rec.
Not
Like,
everybody hoop.
yeah, everybody hoop.
Everybody
Yeah, I
hoop.
see you're talking about the rec, but at the highest level is gonna be those basketball guys that can go play tight end.
You talking about
and
rec
be
and
in.
everything? Oh
Yeah.
man, everybody hoop. Everybody hoop, man. Football want to play basketball. Basketball want to play football. Baseball want to do both. I'm just talking. Rappers want to be basketball. Yeah, see.
Athletes want to be rappers.
Yeah, see, like it's a circuit, man. But like when it comes to rec, man, you see Myles Garrett, they ain't hooping.
That dude out there running on full games, Drew League games and
Yeah,
stuff.
man, like that's a prime example of not only can you play football, you can play basketball too.
Yeah.
You know, it might not have to be the NBA, but you can go play these little recreation games or Drew League games or something. You know what I'm saying? Tony Gonzalez actually went back, I think, I don't know if it's after his career or towards the end, and he actually went playing a summer league game. I think playing with the Chiefs or something like that. Was it the Falcons?
Yeah, he ended with the Falcons.
Yeah, so he actually went back to the summer league and went to hooping.
Yeah.
Antonio Gates still hoops to this day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So these are all old guys. So imagine what the young guys doing. We got a basketball going in our locker room, and that's all we do is shoot. Play basketball game, just shoot.
Few sprained ankles.
Man, yeah, that's few sprained ankles.
Yeah.
But everybody in there, swear to God, they can make it to the NBA. That'll be the funniest thing ever, though.
Fact. But I'm like, y'all boys are short. That's what they'll be realizing. They're 6'1", you 5'10".
I'll be looking at them like
So you nice for like Red, but like Curry is little.
Man.
He's 6'3".
But they got some nice football players I've seen.
There are.
They
We
got
talk
some
about
guys,
that all the time.
They got some guys that can actually hoop. And I was like, hey man, you actually come. I could take you to a 5-on-5 game and you would do good. Like,
Tyreek Little Short Tail be booming the ball too.
He be good at
Got that little left.
shoot.
Got that little left. He be booming
That's
that
an
thing.
ugly shot, man. I had to
Too
beat him.
swole.
I had to beat him.
You gave him that work?
I gave him that work. He gonna deny it. I gave him
Tyreek,
work.
whoever you have, I'm at the hit you up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your side of the story, my boy.
No, I gave him work. Tyreek, no. He probably gonna respond. He's so scared. So I gave him that work.
Set something up.
But back to Patty Mahomes. I know we got here and there, but yeah, Pat Mahomes. Like, what is he for? Not only like the offense,
Right.
the defense, but the Chiefs organization as a whole. Like, just talking kind of about like his leadership and how guys kind of view him. You said he's only 24.
Yeah, man,
Right?
Man, he's a leader. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, he wants to win. Like, I ain't never really seen a guy that mature at that age, himself like this, with that much money at that young age and still stay humble.
Yeah.
They got a lot of guys that would get that money like he had and be cocky.
Nice stuff.
Man, he's down to earth. He gonna clown, he gonna play with you. And like, even with the world saying so much stuff about the things he got in his family, he's mature. Like, I'm saying all that because a lot of stuff bothered a lot of guys at his
100%.
age. Yeah. That'll break a dude down at his age. But as far as like the organization, man, that boy, he's that glue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about the Chiefs, you're gonna think about Patrick Mahomes and this, right?
Yeah.
So Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
but you're gonna look at him, and he knows that, but he's not cocky. He's not flashy. He don't mind helping you. Like he's right now out here right now training. You know what I'm saying?
Down
He
the street.
and he sends text messages all the time. Hey man, I'm throwing today. Make sure y'all be there if y'all want to come. If y'all want to, if y'all want to bring somebody, bring them. You know what I'm saying? So with him, man, the leadership from him, man, he just want to help people. He want to win. He don't care about nothing else. And he gonna grind. That's one thing about it. He don't care about nothing else. I ain't never heard him partying. I ain't never heard him do anything. He just laser focused.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do behind the closed doors is on you. But what I see in the organization, I see him. He locked in. He. That's the only guy I know is like straightforward. Like I'm there.
You can't coach that.
What type of so you see him from time to time on the sideline talking, then you see him on other times where he animated, but for the most part he seems like he's a pretty like even keel like guy. He's not a Tom Brady, I'm a headbutt the guys before the game, screaming like what type of lead like in practice, like is he like super vocal or is he just like he walk up to you and like
childish.
yeah.
It comes out sometimes.
Man, he's a child. Man, the whole team is a big playground. Everybody on the team is childish. Kelsey, you know how old he is, man. Childish. One big kid.
Man, Kelsey be out there picking up flags in the middle of the game and throwing them across the field, getting more flags.
Yeah, bro.
That boy Kelsey be doing what he want to do, bro.
That's my dude, man. But like, man.
And side note, I said Kelsey. I know that's how you really pronounce his last name. It's not Kelsey, it's Kels.
It's Kelsey.
People started saying Kelsey, and him and his brother just started going with it, but it's really Travis Kelsey. That's just a little fun fact right there. That's how you pronounce his last name.
I just call him
For real, it's Kels. But that's how you really that's how you really pronounce it.
I'm calling you Killer.
But yeah, that dude is super childish. But I like him though, man.
Let me say it like this. In moments, they know when it's supposed to be serious. They know when to flip the switch. But most of the time, they're just trying to bring energy to everybody. Sometimes guys come in, they know are having bad days, or guys that's coming in that's struggling with a play or something like that. Try to cheer them up. Like, Patrick's so cool. Let's say, for instance, if I run a route and I mess it up bad, right? And he not only I mess up the route, he throw me the ball out and I drop the ball. And Coach Reed get on me, right? And Coach run again. And might be doing this and this and this. Get back in there and I run it correct and I catch the ball, get up the field, boom. He turned a negative to a positive. So the whole time in practice, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
leadership right there. I ain't gonna go away from you because I might need you one day. Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Negative to a positive. Like, he one of those guys, hey, coach, man, let's run this play again. You know what I'm saying? Coach Reed actually want to run again? Yeah. He can catch that. You know what I'm saying? I see him throw the receivers deep balls a couple times and they'll miss him. Hey, coach, let's run it one more time. One more time. Throw it again. They catch it. Everybody's negative to a positive. Now you're having good practice. You know what I'm saying? Anything after that is on you. Yeah. But I know while we don't walk through, you're not gonna be dropping passes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's guarding. You know what I mean? So he tried to do that. He tried to make it have a lot of energy. Same with Trav, Blake Bill, like a lot of those guys too.
Yeah. What about just Coach Reed? Like a lot of people love him. Like
he chill, man.
Everybody say he seemed like he chill. Everybody be like he a big like. From the outside, not the players, but everybody be like, he like the big teddy bear coach of the league, right? Right? Everybody loves him. Like, that's why it was so crazy when the Eagles let him go. Obviously, they had their time and couldn't get over the hump. Right. But he was a major hire, obviously, we see for the Chiefs, but I've only heard great things about him.
Man, I'm going to say this about Coach Reed, man. I hope you don't kill me when I say that. I look at Coach Reed as one of those coaches, man. He reminds me of a hippie, man.
Yeah.
He's down to earth. He just chill. Yeah. Like, he's not going to sit there and yell at you. Hey, man, come here. He'll talk to you in the soft voice, chill. So, man, you got to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Chill. He'll yell at you if you have to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, man, he cracks jokes. Yeah. He's not one of those coaches that's always, man, he's chill. I'm telling you, he's like, if you think of a hippie, think of that. Yeah. That's how he's chill. Yeah. Down to earth. He always talking about food, bro. He always talking about
I ain't gonna go in on him, man, but I can get that.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like we be in the middle of a play, just talking about our plays and everything, and watching film, and he's just like, oh man, that's a nice juicy steak, man. Just remind you of the steak, you know what I'm
Like
saying?
what? It's an out route, coach. What you mean?
because we have certain plays, man, that he named after food too. So
you like Coach Carter version of food.
Yeah.
Coach Carter named him after his sisters.
I
He
knew
named
you
him after food.
yeah, bro. Like
This was my favorite restaurant to eat at.
man. Cause he but like man, he's just a down to earth coach, and like he gives you opportunities. Like if he see you making mistakes, this is one thing about him. You make one mistake, he'll call you over. You make another mistake, he'll give you a look. There's 2 strikes. On the third mistake is gonna be right there.
Yeah, about to get it.
You're a professional. You're not supposed to make that many, but he gives you the chance though. He's like, all right, man, come holler at me, talk to me. This is what you need to do. Like for me, I remember one time, I didn't even know he don't talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a man of many words because we got our offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And he talks the most.
Yeah.
But if Coach Reed says something, it speaks a
I
lot
was about
of
to, not to mean to cut you off. I was like, who? And I was like, no, that was the Eagles. No, he said LaShawn McCoy. Said Andy Reid he doesn't talk to rookies the whole first year. He said LaShawn McCoy said it's not being mean. He said he just really don't interact with him. I watched that on I'm After. I was like, somebody was like, no, that's Chief. No, but when he was on the Eagles, LaShawn McCoy said Andy Reid didn't talk to him for the whole first year.
Man, bro, I'm telling you like this, bro. When he say something to you, he don't say a lot of words. When he say that, you like, damn, that's fucking a lot of value. Like one time, I was in the end zone, red zone, looked at the little press squad sheet, seen what I had, I caught it, but you know, guys knocking out your hand. So at the time, I didn't know you have to touch it and hurry up and still. Like I thought if you catch it in the end zone, you catch it, you take 2 steps and you good, you drop it. Nah, they still can hit it, and then they be like, nah, it don't count. So I'm walking back and I'm just talking to myself, like, damn, I'm just trying to have my head down. It's 80, head up, don't talk to yourself. I looked around like,
whoa.
Coach Reed just talked to me? I was happy now.
You remember Chief dropped the ball. I'm like skipping back to the huddle. Man, I'm like skipping back to the huddle like he caught the touchdown.
I was happy,
He been
man.
watching me.
Because he's like, don't talk to yourself. You never want to tell your bad. He said, you don't talk to yourself. And I asked him after that too, like, what that mean? Like, don't talk to yourself because you don't never want to tell yourself.
Yeah, don't be down on yourself because it's cool.
Yeah, you the biggest critic. You don't want to do that. And so like, even when he told me how to block, you know what I'm saying? He used to be a tight end coach. I didn't know that until the current OTA. I'm like, hey, Coach Reed, you used to be a tight end coach. Yeah. That's all he said. I was okay.
But no, that's cool, man.
Even
like
exit meeting too. Even with the exit meeting, you know, we tell you what you need to work on. I'll go up in there, hey Coach Reed, what's up, Coach? What I need to work on? You just did OTA. Okay, that's it. I'm done. All right, let's see you. All right, shit.
You just gotta get around this.
Everybody in like 10 minutes. My meeting was probably like 2 minutes, bro.
Cause like I said, it's funny because like there's for him, like I can tell you stuff, but it's like no, you just gotta get around more, play a little more football, and you actually might be better. But then I can even tell you more of what you need to work on once I see it all put together. Like right, like I can tell you a lot of things, but until you get more reps, that might not even be something you need to work on. You just needed a few more reps at that. So that makes a lot of sense. Let me see you get out there in OTAs. Let's go through another training camp. And then I can be like, okay, these are like this. For instance, like if I just see a kid for the first day training and just be like, okay, just go run one game. I could give him all type of critiques on his jump shot because he went 0-5 that game. That was the first game. Now let me watch him 20 more games. He actually might have the best jumper in the room. But I just need to see you more.
That's what he big on. Like anytime you see me, 80 fundamentals. Like he know my name. But you
know that's just football anyway. I don't know in basketball as much. Like numbers, but in football that's always they just call numbers so much because there's just so many more guys too to remember names and you got to realize basketball coaches. It's usually like 2 of them and it's split between the 12 to 15 guys. Football you have more guys, especially in college, 115, and everybody has their position coach.
Right.
So like, I can be a receiver. The D lineman coach is is that Patterson or is that Gary or is that 15? Right. It's just easy in football just to say a number quick. Like even guys to the nowadays that talk about like Randy Moss might be talking about like Revis, they be like, man, that 24, man, for the Jets. And they know obviously who it is. Yeah. But everybody like to call those numbers out.
Yeah, it was kind of weird to me at first, but I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, Why you talking? I got a Bible around the back of my.
Yeah.
Nah,
but yeah, they just spit it out quick.
But then I heard everybody say Kelsey. Okay, let's try this Kelsey. I'm cool. But then everybody says 80. And but nah, that's what he big on, fundamentals. That's what he big on. Down to earth hippie. They love to eat and talk about food, man, and be chilling. That's my dude, man. I like Coach Reed. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's good, and just fundamentals. Like I know we worked on it a lot when you started coming over there with me. Like I think our biggest thing was like keep all your basketball rhythm and movement. We just had to condense it down, right? Everything just couldn't be elongated, right? You in the box, you gotta be quick, chop it up a little more. Like you don't want to be too choppy, but right, everything can't be like we talk about that long euro where you're gonna get hit in the chest before you get it. But then there is the move that about where, and then there's the move where you might do it a little more. So just that, like, what's been the fundamental hardest thing to like switch over from basketball to football? Because like you got your movement is geared towards basketball because you've done it so long. That's something you've done forever. Now they're saying, now, hey, I know you did that in basketball this way, but maybe put your body in a different position. What's been that hardest, like, fundamental change from football and basketball?
It's like you just said, when me and you first got together, first thing I said, man, the biggest transition for me is taking those big old steps, maybe from the small steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and you was telling me, like, chop, 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 chop. I'm like, what the hell is what's
Right, just getting off that line. Like, right, compared to, like,
I remember the first time we worked out, man, and I got to try to chop, man. I was like, man, what the hell am I doing? Why is my feet not moving like I thought? You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, that's probably one of the biggest ones is that chop, but also trying to keep that basketball fluent with it. You know
that's why that's what makes you good, fluent.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, I seen guys that was playing basketball that went to football and lost all the basketball stuff because they so locked in on the football fundamentals.
Yeah.
You're not gonna look apart as them, and I think you told me that too.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna look the same as them. They've been doing that their whole life. You know what I'm saying? You're coming over from basketball, let alone you ain't played since you was 13. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not about to come in here and do all that.
Don't try to beat somebody at their game. They've been playing forever.
Yeah. So like,
integrate yourself into that game, but still do the things that make you special over here.
Exactly. Right? And you also said like, man, like, don't even worry about being too pretty with it, man. It's the objective to get over the ball.
I know tight ends that just run into people moving, use their body, box out.
Yep.
Box out, small safety, make the catch. And then as you get better, you get it.
There's times to finesse, there's times to
be a dog, right? There's times where I'm shaking people. If I'm 145 in high school, I'm shaking somebody, and there's sometimes I fake the shake and I'm running through them. There's finesse, there's power, there's speed, there's whatever.
I learned that too. All that, like I see a lot of guys, it's good to work. Me, you do the same. Like it's good to work on all that. When me and you was working, it's like, man, let's just do the fundamental. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. First, you gotta get your plants. Because a lot of the time in my position, you're not about to sit here and a guy often going to just line up in front of you where you need to do all that. Sometimes you're going to get a leeway, have to use and be physical.
Right. The only cats really doing that a lot is the guys that get elite. That's Kelsey. That's moving out there to the wide receiver spot. But from the tight end, right, you coming off at the linebacker, they ain't up on the line pressing too much.
Exactly.
But for you at the beginning, you're not going to be split out at the wide receiver position where you and then trying to kill them off the slant like Kelsey, like they use Kelsey as if they would use DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams. They're going to use you in the beginning more traditionally at the tight end, probably attached, maybe split out a little bit.
As the years go, I want to go out there to that.
Yeah, that's where the big boys is at. Kelsey, Mark Andrews, Waller, and all Kittle, all the dogs. Like I said, as you get elite, hey, now let's get a real big mismatch because if you throw the linebacker out there, we just gonna run deep. If you throw the corner out there, we just gonna run slants in front of you and body you up. So that's when you get elite, where no matter what you do, you in the wrong position.
Exactly.
What's this quote mean to you? Make the other man uncomfortable. And hey, if y'all ain't know, I made that up. I was just talking to my man, like we were just talking about just getting into his groove of the thing with the Chiefs, at the tight end position and with the Chiefs organization, everything. So what does that quote mean to you? Just make the other man uncomfortable.
Basically means to outwork the next man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, for me, when me and you was talking about, when you said it, I was like, hold on, say it again.
Yeah, you literally said, say that again. And we just talking.
We were just having a real conversation. I said, man, I like that quote. We need to make that a quote. And like, basically, man, you gotta just outwork the next person. You don't matter. I understand who Travis Kelce is. I know who Noah Gray is, Blake Bell, Jordan Forson, Tyreek Hill is, and on the defense, I know who all these guys are. But at the end of the day, I can only control what I can control, right? And so by me doing that, if I work really, really hard and the next person see that, and like, oh man, Mark worked out today, that makes not only I'm getting better, I'm making you better because you seeing me. That makes you
I gotta go get some work.
Yeah, that makes you uncomfortable. Like even now when I see guys, like if I leave here and go see a guy working out, I'm like, dang, I was doing the interview and he was working out the whole time. Oh shit, I'm gonna run some hills or something, you know what I'm saying? I feel uncomfortable by that because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get established.
It's a job.
Yeah, I'm trying to get established. So when you said that, I was like, I mean, say it again. I was like, yeah, we gotta make that a quote.
Yeah, it was like, this ain't just about Kels. This ain't just about the tight ends. Right. It's about the DN lineup in front of you, the linebackers, the safety, the corner, the guy that you might be trying to get the 53rd spot from, right? You might be trying to get 53, and that could be a linebacker. That could be an old tackle.
Exactly.
These guys, hey, gotta be uncomfortable. When Mark out here, I know he coming to work. Like I said, this ain't just aimed at one person or any specific group. It's make the next man uncomfortable.
No matter if it's on defense, offense,
it can be with somebody on the other team, right?
That's what we want. Teams, anybody. It can be whoever. It's just the fact that, man, like, it's come down to a point where you gotta just outwork them. You know what I'm saying? And then by you making them uncomfortable, that's a plus for you. A lot of people don't like feeling uncomfortable. Like what they say, pressure.
Spikes.
Yeah. Guys don't like that.
100%. Like, so what is going to be your biggest thing? Y'all got training camp here in, like you said, about what, 8 days? You go back somewhere in there?
Yeah.
7, 8 days. Like, what is your biggest thing that you're going up there to, like, do? And, like, if you had to say, if I do this, I'm going to be on the team this year. Like, what is your biggest, what's that thing that in your mind at least, right? Because as athletes, we know if we do this, we should be, but then you do it and then coach, you know, it's the game, it's the politics of the game, right? But in your mind, if you do this, you feel very confident in where you'll end up.
Right. I say, like, for me, showing them that I evolved to knowing the fundamentals. I know my playbook. Yeah. I know how to read defenses now. When I first got there, I didn't know anything. I was a canvas that I didn't know anything. So my objective is one is training camp, fundamental, you know what I'm saying? I know how to read, and I got a mentality that I can play this shit. Like I wouldn't sign another 3-year deal with them if, you know what I'm saying, they didn't think that already. But I got to show y'all now in training camp. Training camp is where I can show all my ability. I bled, I can jump, I can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Special teams. I know I can run and get my ass down the field, and if I need to hit somebody, I can hit somebody. Like just being a pest. You know what I'm saying? Just showing I can be a pest. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm trying to do. Along, like I said, the fundamentals and everything. And catch every goddamn ball.
That's the biggest thing.
Shit, catch every ball
off that ground.
Showing I can hold my ground. Listen, even if I can't get in there and hold a Chris Jones for a long ass time, show me that man for 3 seconds. I know I can tame Pat. You gotta roll out of it 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I can get him. I can hold him for 5 to 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just showing them those type of things. But man, like mainly just catching every pass. Yeah. Catch every ball, tuck it. See that you can get a lick.
And I know you got good hands. I talked about it. Like just guys that play basketball a lot throughout their life usually have good hands just because you never catch a basketball with your body.
Nah.
Right? You posted somebody up right here, throw it here. Boom, rebound. Here. Pass from the chest, catch it here. So your hands are always natural. So for you it's just a confidence thing.
Yes, confidence.
Like it's nothing to do with your some people got bad hands. Like, right? There's a lot of receivers that I can name right now that just get bad hands. And then there's guys that got good hands that have low confidence after dropping a ball or the pressure's on them. So yours is just confidence high. You're going to catch that thing.
I'm really trying to bring that dog mentality to training camp, though. Talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Talking.
Yeah, take the basketball and bring it over here.
Like, at the end of the day, like, shit, show them motherfuckers, if you get mad at me, you can hit me. Yeah. And I'll get right back up and still talk.
Do it again.
Yeah, not just because I'm out here. Nah, I want to be able to do it, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's just a mentality thing for me. Confidence is always going to come with my mentality. If my mentality is down here, my confidence is going to be down here. But my mentality up here, you can't tell me nothing. I'm the best in the world. You can't tell me nothing. I don't care. Even if I don't play sport, I'm the best golfer in the world, right? I hit a ball. And all that.
One
I
good
just
shot.
stopped playing golf.
My man just started got over there. Him and
I just need one.
Yeah,
I was out there
today on the
today.
range today. My brother got me started, and I feel like I can, I can compete a little bit.
Yeah.
He was out there. I was just looking at him like I was proud. I'm like, I used to be right there with you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You make that contact, you going somewhere.
Yeah, I remember making contact, and that mug going all the way to the left, and then line to the right. So now I fix my feet a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that mug, every time I hit that mug, go this and go right there, land right in the middle. I'm like, all right, connect right there.
Speaking of that, go ahead. But speaking of golf, did you watch Patrick Mahomes in the match?
Yeah.
Did you watch the full thing, or did you just?
watch the full thing?
Yeah. So I was in training. Like, what did you think about the match? What you think about the match, man? Like, would you ever get out there, like, knowing that you're a football player, and knowing that, like, millions of people are watching, knowing how hard golf is?
Nah.
That's scary. Like, you've never played a round. You never played a round of golf, have you? You never played. So, like, just when people watch you at the golf course, not like at the driving range, but like at the course teeing off, like that's a scary thing. Like just being on a tee box and people you don't know watching you. Like it takes a lot of guts for like those guys to go on national TV and do that. That's like literally going and playing a baseball game or any game professionally.
I can only imagine a whole bunch of people watching because like we playing and there's houses on both sides. I'm like, oh,
you ain't trying to hit that house.
And it's like,
man,
so
that pressure different than golf.
So I went my first golfing. I went with Josh Gordon.
Yep.
So I went out with Josh Gordon.
Flash.
And it was crazy. This is how crazy it is. This is how I knew I could get. I'm a true athlete. So the first hole, I was missing. I don't want no technique. Josh said, I just want to see you get connected. Just connect. So first hole I hit nothing. I had people behind us waiting, so we had to leave.
Yeah.
Second hole, same thing. All right. When I got to the third hole, when I finally connected, that mother went so it went all the way. It only took me like 3 hits to get inside the thing. And that was like
pressing folks.
And I was like, what the hell? And so what got it was the people behind us was like, have you ever played like any golf like for real? Like I was like, no, that's my first time doing this. Like, what?
Yeah.
I've been playing for 10 years and I've never done that. I was like, this shit, all right.
Oh yeah.
I in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah.
So look,
I don't know what's going on, but I never knew what that was. I think what's it called when you hit it in 3?
Well, it just depends. So, like, if you got 4 shots, a par is 4.
Yeah.
If you make it in 3, it's a birdie.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
I think that was just luck at that time.
But hey, sometimes it'll be like that.
Yeah.
I see people the first time on one of the channels that I watch is called Good. Garrett, he's a guy out of Kansas. They live out here in Dallas now. What got him into golf is his homeboy asked him to come out. He was like 12, 13, 10, somewhere in there. But the first time he ever played, they actually tied the first the round of golf. So they did a playoff hole, and he made a hole-in-one on the first day he ever played golf. And he said, I've not loved it since. That's how he got into golf. His homeboy asked him to come out and play. And literally, you see how much I post about golf on my stuff. And you probably was like, hey, why you always, and then you do it like a little more. You're like, because it's not like, you can't get good fast. Yeah. It's 100, like basketball, it's 1,000,000 reps.
Yeah.
Football, it's 1,000,000 reps. Golf, just to be sorry, not even good, it's 10 million reps. Then you gotta do 100 million to be kind of good, then do 100 million more to be good, and then you do all that, and then it can go all the way back downhill. That's why it's so addictive. Why you think Curry? You seen Curry literally during the NBA Finals, right when it started. They caught him there going out of the PGA store, getting his clubs getting ready for golf season. Why do you think so many elite athletes, when they're done, love golf? Because it keeps those competitive juices flowing, keeps your mind flowing. You never can be perfect at it. We talked about with Judah, he was talking about getting the swing right. Tiger Woods was breaking all the records on the PGA Tour and changed his golf swing because he's like, I can get better. Think about this. When Kobe was in his prime, this is in his prime. This was in his prime when he was winning. Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Brady, Rodgers, Peyton Manning. When they're winning Super Bowls, have you ever heard Brady say, this offseason I had to change how I grip the ball and I got to throw it different? No, that's how crazy golf is. I'm winning tournaments. I'm breaking
But you know,
records.
but you still
Things
like-
like, I can get better. I need to change how I swing. Think about that. That's how crazy golf is.
He's like, hey, Tiger Woods.
And you Tiger Woods. It's addicting, bro.
It is. I try and get everybody
I can't
involved.
stay away from it. Though. I don't think I golfed a total of 5 times. And by my 3rd time, I was actually making connections every time. Boom, boom, boom. Like just changing my feet. Like I gotta change my feet like this way because I know my ball gonna go this and then.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about it's little things.
Then, like my brother, same thing. I was telling him, I'm like, hey, I didn't realize it until my brother's like, bro, you have different clubs for a reason. Let the club do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just like, oh my bad, I'm not supposed to hit it as hard as I can each time.
Yeah.
With that look on
No,
your face.
I was like,
I'm not supposed to.
football player. I'm like,
Man, I'm right with you.
Harder you swing, the shorter that ball going. Swing smooth, it's out of there. Swing hard, that ball pours way far.
I'm happy to get more
yeah,
every time.
it messes with your mental.
I
Just
just
like,
like, yes, bro, over the fence every time,
Yes.
please. And then
I'm supposed to
I
hit
think I'm at top off when I hit the ball. Sometimes I'm like, man, I'm about to.
yeah, all the points.
I get that big old club. I'm like, hey, I'm
The driver trying to get that driver in there crazy.
I get crazy with that one, boy. That one, that one go way out there, be like,
So I ain't got no more.
that's a football. That's a football field right there.
Yeah, I hit that down.
we're at the driving range. I'm shooting all into the part
To the
first
course.
hole.
That boy, that's the first hole.
Winging left,
Hit the tweet.
like taking off the left. We got better. We got
Yeah,
better.
like on another note though, like it's just, what do you think as a dual sport athlete sets you apart from other dual sport athletes? Because like I was looking it up. I'm like, another cat that came out of Baylor too, Rico Gabbers.
Yeah, Rico.
I know you probably got a lot of comparisons from to him.
Actually, what's so crazy is Rico from Louisiana. We grew up around each other. He ain't nothing but 3 hours away from me.
Yeah.
We've been on each other since he was in high school, I was in middle school. So we've been on each other. And he was one of the reasons I went to Baylor. Him and Tweety Carter and Lace Dunn. But that's so crazy. Me and Rico both from Louisiana. I think somebody sent it to me. Yeah, we both went undrafted.
Y'all stopped playing football 13.
Yeah.
13 years old.
Yeah, somebody sent me something like that.
Yeah.
I gotta find that video, man.
Yeah.
Somebody sent it to me.
13 years old,
And 13 years old. And so it's so crazy. Then we both went to Baylor. I'm like, God dang. But what separates me from those dudes, wow. You got Deion Sanders out there.
Yeah.
But man, what separates me from them dudes, man, I just think it's my story, my backstory. That's why I think it's more than just sports for me. I think it's more of a life thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Treat it different.
yeah. I approach my stuff different from the community and everything like that versus some of these guys are dual athletes, some of these guys be suburbs or had something, so
Yeah.
And a lot of dual athletes, Michael Jordan, they were here in their sport, and then in their other dual sport, they was just out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with seeing how you are now, I feel like you're neck and neck, basketball and football.
Right.
So in your opinion, what do you think you're better at, football or basketball? If we had an NBA game today
Right.
and a football game next week, which one do you think you would be more competitive in?
Man, I'm gonna have to say, man, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough question right there. That's tough.
Because you know your skill.
Yeah. So man, this what it is to me. I know I am in basketball. I know what my job is. I know my role. But in football, it's like, man, I know I can reach a whole different level. Like on some some Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like I can
Trying to Super Saiyan.
I can keep turning to a different scene.
So like I obviously can't answer it for you, but I feel like a guy of your height, your caliber, could be a good NBA player, right?
Right.
But you're undersized.
Yeah.
I feel like if you ever get the hang of it, once again, all the guys that transition usually from basketball are usually one of the greatest.
I know.
Tight end. Antonio Gates.
Oh man.
Gonzalez.
Well, they're just teaching that.
Winslow, all them boys played it, so that's why I say, like, I think maybe right now, right, because you're still new, you ain't even played the game. Right now, you would be a better NBA player because you did that. But I think your ceiling over here, now you can be trash in football, for all we know, right? But I feel like your ceiling is higher here. Currently, you probably here if you have to go play a basketball game, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like you give me 3 years. If I'm in the league for 3 more years, that now is like, okay, I was here in basketball because I would have been the defensive hard-working guy. I wasn't going to be dropping 25.
PJ Tucker, that's
right?
Exactly.
Right, I would have been trying to just hang on the league from being trying hard.
Yeah.
Here, football, I can be in the league and trying to be the Pro Bowl guy, right?
Yeah.
Because it ain't just saying that because you were one of our guys doing this interview, because it's shown the basketball guy that figures it out at tight end
Right.
is one of the all-time greats. And when I say one of them, multiple of them are one of the all-time greats. So I think if you can figure it out, and that's the thing, figuring it out. I'm not saying, oh yeah, if you figure it out, you're one of the all-time greats, but that we've seen that happen multiple times. So but there's a lot of space between being really, 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 really good and an all-time great. So you can still be really, 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 really good.
That's what I'm saying. Like in basketball, that's why I said I know what I can do, I know what I can accomplish, and how much better I can get. But with this football stuff, it's like, dang, this is all I gotta do. And then it's like, nah, there's more to it. I can add this. I can add this flavor to it. I can add this swag. Like, it's so much stuff, and I'm just like, man, I want to really see my potential in football.
Because that's the time.
I know my potential. I know my potential in basketball. I know my role and everything. What is my potential in football? Like, and that's the question that I always ask myself every day. Like, how can I get better? What can I do?
Yeah.
How am I looking for? If I had a time machine, I would go 7 years just to see how good I'll be in football.
Yeah.
How good I'll be.
Bro, the lesson in itself is how many people debate, how many people can make this debate, not just in a room, but with themselves.
Truly have done it and be like, dang, I did this in basketball, now I'm trying to figure out in football.
Yeah, like it's hard, bro. It's like that's a hard situation.
No, that's tough.
Cause you think about it, cause it's like my whole life, man, no football.
Yeah.
You know, anything about football, but not even football. It's like, what my potential would have been if I would have did this or did this.
If you
or
would have
did
switched it and you haven't played basketball since you was 13.
Yeah, I tell you all that.
It's
I tell you all that.
I agree, because like when I growing up, I was a quarterback.
Right.
And I ended up moving to receiver, ended up getting my scholarship and everything. And even my brother and my dad were like, where would you have been if you would just stayed a quarterback?
Yeah, I thought about that.
Damn,
I think right all the
I
time.
don't know.
It could be higher, and the greatest thing about life is it could have been higher or it could have been lower.
You'll never just
You never know. Like, that's life. If we all knew, we would just all do the right thing, and everybody would be rich, famous, and the best version of themselves.
I forget who the quote is from, but they say basically, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. And that's kind of what just basically, just definitely being a third party, but it's almost like if you did set your mind just strictly NBA, maybe that you could have got it done. If you set your mind strictly in the field, you're gonna get it. So it's like, whichever way you want to prove yourself to be right, it's not what it seems like. And yet again, people don't have that type of potential.
Yeah, man.
Like it's 1 out of 4 people in this room with the NBA type of. And you can add more people into this room, you'll still be by yourself alone.
Yes,
bro. So,
like if you had a whole bunch of people.
It's crazy, man.
Just you in that category.
I see what you're saying. Man, it's crazy that you can have a debate between stuff like, damn, like, I really had the power with both of my hands. one on one. I was telling my brothers that too. Like, man, I had NFL and NBA. Like, I had both of them just looking like, man, what can I do?
Yeah.
And which one do I feel like?
I think that just shows like your competitive edge, because it's like you were saying, your role in basketball, you can compete, but it's like you said, the ceiling is still high, so I'm going over here competing football. Because I can see myself going even further. Exactly. So that's.
And I know one thing about myself: if anything were to be in a bad place, I can always go back to doing what I want for basketball.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? Might not be NBA.
Yeah. Overseas money good too.
Overseas money good too.
Just stay out of Russia.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay out of Russia. And it's not even being like funny, like not even being funny, man. Like the Brittany Griner situation is crazy. Like we all have our thoughts and feelings, but I be telling people, man, like there's certain countries when it's wartime, you gotta they ready to make examples. Like you already know the back and forth we've been having for a while with Russia and other stuff, and I know she played over there, so it's gonna be like, oh, I've been over here forever and this and that, but that situation is crazy. It's just no different than when the U.S. in another country might be having some drama. It's like I ain't vacationing over there because any little thing is already big in other countries because it's small to us over here, but it's big. But now we in wartime.
Right.
Oh yeah, they already been talking about if y'all do this, we gonna do that. So man, I hope that situation is resolved for her.
Yeah, I want her situation to be better. Yeah. Especially because she's a Baylor girl. Then she got her own family.
Exactly. So with the Baylor people, like, have y'all been talking about that amongst yourselves a lot, or how does that go?
Baylor, man, they trying, man. There's nothing they can possibly do.
Yeah, like,
put it out there in the media, man. For real.
Exactly. Like that's the higher ups.
Me watching Brittany Griner though, as a player, you know what I'm saying, is one of the reasons I also want to go to Baylor. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to like Brittany Griner playing basketball. Man, she's like dunking in college, spin off a woman and dunking. That was live.
Easily.
And then I go back and look at her personally, like I'm like, man, she got a whole family. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she was in Russia winning championships with it.
Yeah.
The things that she used to get away with, if she were doing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She can't do it now because of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This might not be an incident that, you know, she probably been doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
She probably just got caught
wrong time.
Yeah, wrong time to do it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I feel like they should let her come back home and do the time out here or something.
Yeah.
Instead of
with family.
they trying to make you.
A swap. I'm trying to make a swap. You send me one of ours.
Me and my situation.
They trying to get a big dog, man. Y'all know
It just
they ain't working like that.
It hurts though, like, cause like honestly, like if it's just me or some other regular person, we probably wouldn't even been on the news or nothing.
Yeah.
And they probably would have just slapped us on the wrist, put us in jail, whatever. But I feel like they're, like you said, making an example. She played in Russia. She's a big name out here.
Both places.
Exactly. So it's like, what can we get out of this?
Yeah.
At this point, because it's like they beefing, and now I got one of yours, and
I got a squad. I mean, prison squad. That's they want to they trying to get a big dog. That's not
facts.
That big dog.
I hate
it.
But
bro, you gotta do apples with apples, don't you?
I got a whole cart.
They trying to give an apple and a steak bill.
Yeah, come on, man.
But to kind of get back to on the other side, man, and bring it all the way back full circle. You started with Portland, and speaking of Portland, Dame Lillard,
Big money.
2 years,
Big.
$122 million. What does that do for you, like as a guy that was like, man, NBA, NFL, NFL. Kelsey's like the highest paid tight end, like $15 million a year or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you got guys making $63 million. Mind you, Dame is not the best in the conference. He's not the best point guard. He's not the best at nothing. Not championships, MVPs.
Yeah.
He's the best at nothing, and he making 63 now. Is he a dog? Yes. But to be the best tight end and making 15, and you see Dame, who is a dog, making 63 million in I think it's 2027 when that'll come around. But how does that feel like for you when you be like, dang, I should have tried a little harder on this side?
Yeah, man, making up my body a whole lot more.
And everybody making 30, 40, 50 million over there now.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with this. All right, so I'm not one of those guys that's even though that shit sounds nice, well, I'm not big on too much of the money. $15 million is excellent.
Plenty enough.
You know, that's plenty enough. I'm coming from a situation where I ain't have none of that. Like when I first got my contract, practice squad, I was like,
It's mine.
this all me? Oh, all right, cool. So like,
I can live good.
But for me, man, it's more so that I just want to prove the others wrong. That's it. I want them things like I can care less about the money, and I think I took that from my pops. Also learning from Coach Drew and then Kelsey too.
Yeah.
Kelsey the highest paid, and they asked him, "Why you don't ask for more money?" I don't care about that. I just want to win. I want to be the best at what I do.
It shows.
You know what I'm saying? And so I learned that too. Like $15 million is enough to me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's a standard, but what I'm gonna do $160 million. Don't get me wrong, it's generational wealth.
Yeah.
I can invest in a lot of things.
I can figure out what to do.
Yeah, like I gotta figure it out. Like, okay, I'm gonna buy a big yacht. I gotta do this.
Like, I'm not gonna tell you don't give me more money.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling you.
That's not my.
That's not my. Yeah, I'm more so like, man, I'm here to. I really want to know my potential in this football stuff. Like, I'm serious. Like, I want to know my potential in this football stuff, and how good can I be? I want to really invest. I threw this away to invest in this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I took this beautiful girl away to invest in this little girl.
But she can be more beautiful.
She can be once
she got potential.
She got potential.
To be
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that. That's both my girlfriends now. So Hey man, I'm sorry, man. You gotta go somewhere. She got a better heart.
She had the looks. I'm a hope for the best, want to do for the best, but hey.
Yeah, so
I see you when I see you.
Yeah, so it's more so that, man. I want to really know my potential within this football stuff, because I'm like, man, my whole life people been telling me, play football, you can play football, you can play football. My whole life I've been telling them, hell no, I ain't playing football. And now I'm in the NFL. I never thought about that, and I'm like, okay, I'm here now. I ain't getting out of this. So what's this potential like?
Yeah.
Like people always ask me, man, you ain't gonna try to go to another team and go play for a team that might just sign you on special teams right away? No. The Chiefs gave me a chance because they know I have potential and they invested in me. So I'm not about to sit here and go to a different team, knowing that team that invested in me. I went to Seattle, thought the grass was green. Shit, a week I was at home thinking like, damn, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Like, dang, did I make the right decision? Thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's this potential for me. The money gonna come. I think it's if you work hard, the money gonna come.
Because literally, think about it, like because you're already at a young age smart with your money, thinking positive with your money, thinking forward with your money.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they talk about how when people get all that money, they give back instead of giving forward.
Right.
Oh, let me get my house, let me get my
house.
Don't, what about your kids and their kids? So you're already ahead by thinking like that. So when that money does come, you're not gonna be one of them guys like, yeah, I got 9 cars and 10. You already know, so that puts you ahead potential financially.
Right.
And then that skill wise, you're gonna get better.
Like my brother say, he tell me all the time, man, you don't need to worry about money. Don't chase money. If you work hard, it's gonna come. Money gonna come. If you out there working your tail off, doing the right things, the money gonna come in no time. And plus, I'm in the sport now, and they got it. They trying to. I don't know, you gotta take this. Boys, I don't know how it's gonna be, but you gotta take that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got out of college and got paid a certain amount. I'm like, damn, like I was getting a $1,500 check.
Facts.
I had to survive all that. My rent was like $700 or $800. After that, I had a car and insurance. So I'm like,
phone bill,
gotta
get gas, groceries, all that.
I'm out here eating bologna sandwiches and all kinds of other stuff.
And like I said, we can go in for another hour of why am I a national champion? For a national championship school, for a national championship university, for a national championship athlete, and I'm eating bologna sandwiches, right? But that's why I love NIL is so big now, because like that's what it is. Like people don't realize I'm winning a national championship and I'm struggling to eat. So no, but before you get out of here, man, the last question I want to ask you, because we talked about the transition, and it's not been seamless, but most people would see it as seamless. How has your boys that dream was to go to the league that didn't make it? What if they said to you and be like, bro, you play basketball and you in the league? Like, have you had a conversation like that? Like, I tried my whole life to get to this league. And your team say, you know what, I ain't gonna play over here basketball, I'm just play NFL. Like, what has that been like?
I had a couple guys, man, on both sides. Like, I seen one guy who played football in Wisconsin come up to me, he's like, hey, you that Bible, you mark Bible? I was like, yeah. He's like, bro, how you do it? Like, what do you mean how to do it? He's like, bro, my whole life I woke up at 5 in the morning, sprints, throwing up, doing this and doing that, and I didn't even get an offer to play in the NFL. But you live 2 dreams? Like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna play basketball now. I think I can go do that. I'm like, bro, just being honest, I didn't even know that was gonna happen like that.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, it's fluent. I didn't know that was gonna happen like that. The whole time, like everybody was telling me, like, how did you do it? I do not know. I been myself the whole time. I stayed genuine. I stayed loyal to my college. I did everything the right way. Afraid of God, and it happened. You know what I'm saying? And it just happened.
And you took advantage of your opportunity.
Yeah. See, I'm not a guy like, I told God before, I take risks. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm young. What else can happen? I'm gonna take a risk. Just like when you get money, they say you take risks and this at a young age. You don't want to take it too late. This was a risky thing I did. People don't understand that, okay, I didn't get drafted, and I played a little bit on the Trailblazers, but what they don't understand was I could have went and got a 2-way and did different things. On the 2-way, that means I could play in the G League and play in the NBA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And get paid $3 to $4 million doing stuff like that. I decided to jump ship and go football. Yeah. So that's a risk. So I tell a lot of youngsters, just take a risk. Just take a risk. If you don't like it, go back and do what you have to do. Like, I could have stopped in the middle of the season, like, I went back to basketball. I had teams from G League still hitting me. I still got them today. trying to hit me up. So
That's cool. That's cool. With that being said, man, let them know where they can find you on all your social medias.
Man, you can find me at Mark Vital Jr. For all my social medias, just my name, Mark Vital Jr. And man, you can follow me, man, and I'll follow you guys back.
Got you, man. We appreciate that, man. Like I said, this was episode 4 of Listen to DP. My man Mark came and killed it. We're hoping for an amazing year. We're hoping that they utilize him like he needs to be utilized because, like I said, we've seen it happen over and over and over. Give that basketball guy a chance, and you can make some magic with it. So, man, appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for dropping knowledge, dropping gems, giving us a little bit about the hippie coach y'all got in Kansas City, about Pat Mahomes giving Tyreek Hill buckets. Like, you gave us scoops. Like you said, I love it. Like, you talk about Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, just the Chiefs going from the NBA to trying to get from the NBA to the NFL, like everything, bro. So I think the viewers are really gonna love this one, man. I appreciate that for
Appreciate
sure.
you for having me, brother.
Boy, appreciate that.
What's up, brother?
That doctor was good.
I ain't lying.
Go ahead and hold on. Say it to the hold on. Where the camera? Where's the camera?
I said that dacry was good as hell.
Guys, so I send that right to my boy Keith.
Empty.
Skirt. Nah, great episode, fellas. Mark. Nah, likewise. It's